Okay. Manthan is done. Next,
Yes, ma'am.
2
Shubham.
minutes.
Yes,
Shubham,
ma'am.
share your screen. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Next, Manthan and Shubham and Mahek are done, right? Kapil and Kanan. Kapil and Kanan. Kanan. Kanan, one system you have to mute. Kanan, your voice is breaking. I'm not able to listen you.
It's audible, eh?
Yeah, now it's audible. Share your screen.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible, ma'am.
Yeah, it's visible. Yes, I can see your code. Go ahead. Students, just be little fast so that we can move ahead. Yeah. Krupali and Hemang, next is your turn.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, I can see your mobile share. Hemang, I guess I lost your screen. Krupali and Dhruv.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Should I run it again?
No, it's visible. It's okay. Okay, next. Krupali, yeah, your screen is visible. Okay. Now Anjan and Breach are left over. Okay. 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 Anjan, I can see. So I guess almost everybody has shared the screen. Krupali, have you shared? Krupali, have you shared?
Yes, ma'am, I said.
Okay. So anyone who is remaining? If not, then we will go ahead with my screen share and I'll explain you the new teaching, which is practical number 12. Fine. So let me share my screen and we will go with that. So today we are going to go ahead with practical number 12. Fine. So before that, just tell me whether my screen is available or not. Is my screen visible? I guess yes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today we are going to talk about practical number 12. But before discussing the practical 12, let me show you the definition, what it says. The definition is something like it is asking you to generate the random number, right? And we know that there is method given in your math library. So we use math.random to generate the random numbers. But right now we have a slight different definition. Problem definition is slightly different. So we are going to go with that and we are going to discuss like what is the problem statement. And after that we'll discuss the solution. Fine. So let your syllabus get open and I'll just show you the problem definition. But before that, can anyone tell me how we are using the method.random? What is the use and what is method.random? What is method?
It generates 0 to 1 numbers between 0 to 1.
Hello students, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I
Yes,
audible?
ma'am.
Okay, I guess I have problem today in my mobile network. Yesterday it was like problem in laptop network. It's okay. Just do one thing because I'm connected only with one device. So you need to tell whether I'm connected or not, right? So in between, just speak on so that I can understand that you are connected. So I was talking about math.random and I was asking you that what is math.random method, what it does. Anyone, what math.random does?
It generates number between 0 to 1.
0 to 1 or it generates in double and then we have to
It generates
multiply.
a random number,
Yes,
any random.
any random number. But what is the range? Between 0 to
Double 0, starting from 0 and less than 1.
yeah, exactly. Starting from 0 and less than 1, right? So it means it will generate the double numbers 0, 0.0, 0, 0.1, 0, 0.2. Fine. And if we want to go with the particular range, you need to give that range. For example, if I have taken integer minimum is equal to 1 and I have taken integer maximum is equal to 100. Fine. So if I'm writing, let us say I want to go with the random generation of the 1 to 100 number. And if I'm writing this, it is going to give me the random number between 1 to 100. Fine. So math dot random multiply by max is the equation. So minimum is like you are saying start from. So usually it starts from 0, but when you say 1, then it will start from the 1, right? Because we said mean is equal to 1, and then you're doing 1 plus the generated number with math dot random multiply by max. Max is the maximum limit, and you are converting into the integer because it generates the number into the double. And if we want to have integer number, we need to do the typecasting. So this is typecasting. Now this is your practical number 12, which is also talking about random generation of the number, but it is asking us that write a program that creates a random object with seed 1000. Right now we have to create a random object. So let me tell you, random is also a class. So you can use the random number generation with the two things, like with the help of two things. One is you can use the math library, and you can use the way you have used here math.random. You can use this, right? This is one way. You can use math.random and you can use this. Another way is you can generate a random, you can take a random number object, right? because random is an object given in your system.util file. So there are two ways. Either you use math library or you use random class which is there in your java.util, right? Now, always in a programming, there will be chance that we will have two things which looks similar. You see, math.random is a function. And anyways, if you want to go with this random number generation, you can go with this. You can go with, instead of math, now you have to use random object. This is my random object, right? Right? So with the help of these object, I can create a random method, right? But with the random method, the difference is it is having a specific method which is going to tell you which type of random numbers you want to generate. For example, if you want to generate integers, it is having next int. It is having next int as a method. So you can generate random num.next int, right? This will generate the integer number. Right now, our object name is random object, which is created from the class random, right? And with the help of next.int, we can generate the numbers, right? The difference is here, math.random generates always the double number, so we need to do the typecast. But whereas when we are using the random class, you can see that random class is there in the util package. So you need to import java.util.random. Fine. And then you can use it the way you are using in your normal class, like the way we were using. So the equations still remains the same. It is like mean plus random object dot next int and max. So it is going to generate, if my mean is equal to 1, right? And if my maximum, that is the upper limit, is equal to 100, the code given here will give the random number using math.random between 1 to 100. And this is using random object, and it is going to give me 1 to 100. Fine. Now, so you can see the difference here, only one line. The problem is there is no specific method to generate a data type specific random numbers. But with math.random object, with random object, you can generate a specific data type. So you can use various functions such as random object dot next int, next float, next double. So it is going to give you the data type specific number generation. Fine. One more thing which is there with your random class is you can generate. So let us understand the definition first. It says, write a program that creates a random object with 1000 seed. Seed is 1000. Now what is seed? Seed is the interval in seconds through which your numbers will be generated. So random object can be generated with the two variations. So you can have a constructor which is no argument constructor. Right now, this is the line which is generating the random number with no argument, or you can say default constructor. This is default constructor. For random object, right? Random class. This is belonging to random class. So we are writing like this. But suppose you want to, your definition says generated with 1000 seed. So here you are going to use parameterized constructor. Am I clear? Are you getting my voice? Am I audible, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have to use parameterized constructor. So over here, the argument which is given is the seed. It is known as seed, which is the time interval through which the numbers will be generated. So things are fine. If you are not writing the seeds, it's okay. The system will generate with its own pace the random numbers. But if you are mentioning the seed with that interval given in a millisecond, it will generate the random numbers. Is it clear? Is it clear? Right? So what our program says? Our program says, write a program that creates an object with 1000 seeds and display first 100 random integer. So how many times we want to write this line? Because it says this line is going to give us the number randomly generated. The problem says create a random object with 1000 seed. So obviously our one line in our program solution will be this. This is our one line, right? Then it says using next int and 49, right? So what is 49? It is saying that generate the numbers between 1 to 9. So it means our mean is 1 and our max is 49. And we have to use next int 49. So we can write this line. So this is the partial solution, right? These 4 line is doing what? This 4 line is creating a random object with seed 1000, right? And it is generating the random number between 1 to 9 using next int. But we want the first 100 random integers. What does it mean? We have to write this line 100 times, right? As it is saying display, we can write this inside system.out.println and print, right? And it will print the numbers in a same line. So I have to just give a space. Okay. Now it's saying first 100 number. It means this line has to be written 100 times. So we'll not write it 100 times. Instead, what we'll do is, what is the solution? Same line 100 times. What we will do?
For loop.
Exactly. We'll take a for loop starting from 1 to 100, right? And we'll write this random number generation line in between the for loop. Is it clear? Is it clear? So this is random object creation with seed 1000. To display first 100 numbers, we have to write the number generation line 100 times. So we are putting it in a for loop and we have to print it. So we are writing system.out.println. Fine. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Right? So what we are doing over here is we have import java.util.random. This is public class practical 12. We have public static void main. And now we are taking integer mean equal to 1 and integer max is equal to 49. We have generated a random object with the seed 1000. We have taken a for loop, right? We have taken a for loop which is between 1 to 100, right? Is it clear? Anyone having any doubt, any questions up till now? समझाई से, right? Is the problem definition clear? Write a program that creates a random object with say 1000 and displays first 100 integers, random integers between 1 to 9 using next int49 method. So this is our next int49 method. Okay. Fine. As we have written inside the system.out.println, here instead of 1, I have written mean, which is representing 1, and next int 49 is represented by variable max. So if I compile this program and run it, it will give me 100 numbers which are there being generated randomly. Can you see this? Right? We have given system.out.print and then we have given plus space. And because of that, all the numbers, you can see the values, it is between 1 to 49. Fine. It is coming here. But now the problem is these values are like all in a single line. So I can, it's like creating the readability problem. So suppose I want to do like the first 10 number should be in a one line and then I have to take it to new line. What is the logic? Are you getting the problem? What I want to do is, these are the 100 numbers. So I want to make it in a group of 10, 10 being displayed. First 10 number in a one line, second 10 number in second line, third 10 number in the third line. What should be the logic? Anybody? Here,
I
what should
modulo 10.
Exactly. What we'll write is I modulo 10, right? And with the help of that line, so here is your code. You have to just put I modulo 10. We'll say if I modulo 10 is equal to 0, then take it to new line, right? Because I is representing the number being displayed and I want that after 10 number, it should go into the new line. So 10 divided by 10, remainder 0. 20 divided by 10, remainder is 0. Rest of the numbers, remainder won't be 0. So when remainder is 0, at that time we are taking in the new line. Fine. Can you see the difference? Right? Samjha sir? So here everything was in a one line. Now we have taken a 10 numbers. So 10 lines are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, here all the numbers are in a together. Fine. If you want to do the same thing using a math.random, what you will do? What you will do? Will not create this object. We'll remove the line which is related to your object creation. So here util is not required. Let us comment it. Right? This is also not required. Object creation. We are doing the comment, and this line we will comment, and instead of that we will write mean plus math.random int, you have to say, right? And you'll say mean plus math dot random, right? And we'll say multiply by max. Yes or no? We'll say multiply by max. Fine. Anyone having any doubt, any question up till now? So I have saved it and I am running it again. So this time these numbers are coming from math.random. Only the syntax is differing, and it will give us an advantage to use our code properly. Are you clear with both the methods? As this is not asked in the practical, so I want you to write this line in a comment and use the method.random object only to generate the code. Fine? Is it clear, guys? Yes or no? Yes or no? So these are the two methods. Math.random, which is a random method from math library, and random object, which is there in your java.util package. Fine. Now there is third way also to generate the random number. That is, you can generate a random array. You can use random methods with the array. So let us understand how. Let us understand how. So over here, what I have is, I have to use, if I want to generate an array with the given range is 1 to 49, fine, and I want like 100 variables, right? So I can use random.ints, right? This is the method, and this method is available in the array class. So arrays is a class given in the util package. So we are writing java.util.arrays. We have to import this. Fine. So what you will write is java.util.arrays. And now you are using random.ints, right? And you are giving the range. How many numbers? First is the total number, random number. So we are saying 100 because we want 100 numbers. Then we have to give mean, which is 1, and max, which is the upper limit, 49. Right? So this is going to give us the random number generated, 100 random number generated in the range of 1 to 49. Right? Now, we want this as an array, and that's why whatever is generated, we have to convert it to array. Sorry. So toArray is a method which will convert the generated numbers into a form of array. Now, and we want to display that array, so we have to convert it into the string. So the entire array here, this array, whatever has been generated, we are converting it into string. So to convert it into string, we have to use the class arrays and its method toString. So we are writing arrays.toString. Right? So the difference over here in the normal generation and the array generation is it will give us the display of your numbers in the way of array. Let me show you how. So we have practical 12 array.java, right? You can see it is compiled, and now I'm writing Java pract 12.array. Can you see the output? How it is giving? Square and then 8 comma. These are the random number which is displayed as an array element. So that's why it is having square bracket and the comma in between. So this is like array, random array values you can generate. Is it clear? So random methods can be generated in the 3 ways. It depends on your application. What is the requirement of your application? Fine. So you can use any of these methods. What I want is, I want you to write this 2 line in a comment, and in between you can uncomment and check out how it works. Right. So this is here I will write. This is one more line which you need to write. And in order to use these arrays.toString, you required java.util.arrays. So we'll keep that line also in the import. Is it clear? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone having any
Ma'am, it's
question,
clear.
any doubt? So we discussed 3 ways to generate array of random values, to use a random object to generate random values, and to use math.random method to generate the random values. Is it clear? Fine. So if you all are clear, I suggest start coding. You need to code all these lines. Okay. So everybody start your code. Import random java.util.random to create random object. Import java.util.arrays to use arrays toString method to generate array elements with the elements 100. Create a class, public class practical 12. Create a main method, public static void main string args. Give the lower range and higher range, integer mean and max. Create a random object. So we have to write Random, which is a class name, we are creating an object random num equal to new random with the seed 1000. So we have to give an argument 1000. Once the object is created, we can use it. So we can use it with for the array creation. We have written random, which is a class name. Random num we have to use here. So we'll write random num dot ints. Dot ints is the method to generate random integer numbers with the random object. So we have to write how many elements, lower range and upper range. Fine. And now we are converting it to two array, and everything is inside arrays.toString. We have printed it. This is one way. I have commented it. Now to generate 1 to 100 number, we have taken a for loop, and in system.out.println we are writing mean plus random object dot next int max. This is using random object, and I have commented the next line. So if you want to run it, you can comment this and uncomment this. In those cases, you have to recompile your program. So make sure you are recompiling it. Fine. So right now I have commented this because this is not asked in the problem definition. So we have written system.out.println mean, which is 1, and we have used math.random multiply by max. So it is going to give us 1 to 49 numbers generated, and we have converted into integer. So it will give integers 1 to 49. We have put this if condition because we need first 10 numbers in the first line, and that way we will generate 10 lines containing 10 random numbers. So 10 into 10 total 100. So after every 10 elements, we are printing the new line, system.out.println. Right? So this is all about your practical 12. Start coding. If you're having any question, you may ask the query. I am here.